Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and with me is Doc Kalidy. We're here at Bodkins, Ohio, with True Point Cooperative, and Doc, you're with the Ag Compliance Group. Do you want to talk a little bit about what Ag Compliance Group is?
Well, Ag Compliance Group is a division of Benzoil, and it helps farmers getting in compliance. We travel around the country. We have been in 37 states for the past few years. We educate farmers on the laws that forces this situation, and the law behind it is a 40 CFR 112, and it's enforced by the EPA, which is a federal agency.
Well, you know, you made reference to the law, and the law has to do with fuel and oils stored on the farm, and to this point, ag really had been overlooked, but now they're really starting to look hard at that.
Yes, sir. With the BP spill in 2010, it increased public awareness. The public has put pressure on the government. The government put pressure on the EPA. The EPA has thrown back the farming industry into it, and they gave them extensions to May 2013. So we've been traveling the country with the intentions of getting farmers in compliance. Anybody over the 1320 gallons required by law of total capacity to store, required by law to have a Tier 1 plan. It's called SPCC plan, which stands for Spill Prevention, Control, and Countermeasure.
You know, interesting that we talk about being in compliance with that, and if I'm out here on the farm and maybe I have a 500-gallon diesel fuel tank and a 500-gallon gasoline tank and a couple of drums of oil, or maybe more than that, and I'm over the 1320. How's the EPA going to know that I have that that I'm over the threshold?
Yes, they normally would not know unless they were called in. Usually, an EPA act to a call in case of their spill. They have 24 hours to respond. While in the area, they'll scope the area through Google Earth and other means of technology, and then they'll visit you. When they visit you, and they ask you for an SPCC plan, that's the only time they can find out if you have a plan or not.
You made reference to the SPCC plan. What does that really entail? I mean, you folks, obviously, in cooperation with True Point, would help farmers be in compliance with that. But what does that really entail?
Well, the SPCC gets the farmers in compliance and prevent any spills. So how do you prevent any spills from getting into water? The water of the United States is by building secondary containment. We come in and through a co-op like True Point, educate their members. Anybody over the 1320 will sign them up. We'll have an inspector in town that is licensed and certified that will visit their facility, inspect at their tank, look at the ingress, egress, topography of the land, their flow lines, their tanks, measure their tanks, look at their barns, their 55 drums. We do the whole inspection, and we engineer their plan for them and show them the deficiencies, and also give them the measurements for the secondary containment.
You know, we talked about fuels and oils and things, but there are some exemptions to this that if you have on your property, you don't include in that 1,320 gallons.
Yes, propane is exempt, fertilizer is exempt, fuel is not, and oil is not. So if you have oil, this specific law applies for oil and fuel.
A lot of guys also will have waste oil. Is that part of what you have to include in your 1,320 gallons?
Yes.
So, you know, when we're looking at this emergency, well, basically it's a plan that you're going to have in place to prevent spills, not necessarily to deal with a spill.
Yes, it's to prevent spill, and it's a law. I mean, it's a federal law, and the EPA has taken the initiative to get everybody in compliance. They really want everybody to get into compliance.
Well, Doc, it's a pleasure, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Alan. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And we'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.